Okay, so my hair is a disaster right now. I'm wearing my O Snap shirt. Everything here is gonna make for a great video. So today I kind of wanted to talk about GPU pricing and what's been going on behind the scenes, specifically what's causing the GPU pricing and how long I think it might last for, as well as what I plan on doing to kind of, I guess, work around this GPU pricing. So the first thing that I wanted to kind of get out of the way is that I just want you guys to know that this is more or less a hobby for me. Playing with these things right here, these CPUs, is basically what I do for fun. So that would explain why I haven't been uploading as frequently as I want to, why I haven't really been uploading frequently at all. Lately I've been doing a video probably about once every other week when I want to get that to 1 or 2 videos per week. I think I have an idea as to how I can make that content schedule. However, as of right now with school that's going on, all of this is kind of up in the air at this point. I also wanted to say that the graphics pricing is really affecting me, especially the ability for me to review things, because it's not just graphics cards at this point, it's basically every computer component is starting to go up in price. And I've noticed that over probably the past 8 months, it's the middle of June. Oh, geez, it's the middle of June already, and GPU pricing hasn't gotten better. Other parts of the system, such as your CPU, actually are decent, but on the AMD side of things, they're still way inflated. I've just noticed this overall upward trend in pricing over the past few months. I honestly thought that all of this GPU pricing stuff would have been solved by now, but I guess not, so it's what we're going to have to deal with for the near future. Now, GPU pricing does suck. We're talking like $500 for a GTX 1060 RX 580 type of pricing. If you remember back to 2017, 2018, even early 2019, that was like the last time when pricing was this crazy. And to be honest, I think that this pricing will persist for a while, just because all of like the basic logical components, all the basic electrical components, such as like capacitors, I've got capacitors here, resistors, that kind of stuff. The manufacturing process for that stuff is also being tapped out. It's not just the silicon chips that we're basically waiting on now. All the little components that go on the PCBs, even the PCBs themselves, are just in short supply at the moment. And kind of to counter that point, I've also kind of been getting into different sides of the technical stuff. Lately, I've really been getting into programming. I'm actually working on an image recognition system in Python. If you guys are curious about it, I can kind of do a very basic tutorial as to how I got it working. And I'm not using TensorFlow or anything. I'm writing it myself from the ground up in Python. So it's a very difficult project, but I'm pretty proud of it, and that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I've also been getting into C++ programming. Obviously, I've discussed C++ a few times on the channel and C a few times on the channel. Python haven't really discussed that much, but if you guys are interested, I can definitely go into programming and just not necessarily give tutorials, but kind of explain what's going on behind the scenes and what's going on like at the hardware level and basically like assembly kind of stuff. If you guys are interested in that, I could definitely do that. But either way, just what do you guys want to watch? I know Jay's 2 Cents and Paul's Hardware have recently made videos on like them saying basically that tech YouTube is dead. While I don't think that tech YouTube is necessarily dead, I do think that we're hitting a massive the easiest way I can put it is kind of like a little tech recession, just because pricing is so screwed up for everything right now. The same thing happened back in 2018, which is kind of weird though, because 2018 is when I started growing my channel. 2019 is when it really took off. So I'm hoping that 2019 numbers will return eventually. I don't think they're going to return in 2021. I think 2021 is kind of a write-off. Then that would kind of explain why you haven't seen as much content from me. It also has to do a lot with school. I also just can't afford the hardware anymore. I don't think that a lot of people realize that not every reviewer gets free hardware, and we actually have to buy a lot of the stuff. Even massive reviewers such as like Linus Tech Tips, Hardware Unboxed, they have to buy all their own hardware. NVIDIA only basically gives out free samples of stuff, and AMD only give out free samples of stuff to massive YouTubers, and I just don't have the size, I don't have the audience, which is perfectly fine. I don't really care at this point, because I'm more interested in the technical side of things, so I don't need the hardware in hand to be able to discuss the tech. Either way, it's rough. Behind the scenes, school has really been kicking my ass. It's not like I'm failing anything or anything. School is hard, man. For computer engineering, there's a lot of these basic courses that you have to take to get out of the way in order to actually go into the engineering field, such as heavy math, heavy sciences, which is weird because back in high school I was actually really good at this kind of stuff. Now I'm kind of struggling a little bit. Like, I'm not failing it, it's just I'm not comprehending it on the same level as I used to be able to. So it's kind of frustrating, and that's why I've been taking so much time with schools, just because I need to understand this stuff. However, I do have tons of content planned in the pipeline, specifically, I've got this bad boy right here, the i5-11400, that I'm working on a review for. I'm just waiting for a motherboard to come in, because the Z490 board I got, turns out it's just not working. I'm not sure what happened to it, but either way, I'm probably going to make a little display out of it because it looks kind of cool. But I've also got this guy right here. It's a Celeron. It's a Comet Lake Celeron. It's just a little 2-core chip. I bought it to do a BIOS update, but I'm probably going to end up doing a little review on it just because it's an interesting little chip. In terms of actual content planned in the pipeline, I have an entire roadmap literally sitting on my computer right now. So if I wanted to, all I need to do is just sit down and just basically write and just script everything out. I don't know if you can tell, but this video is completely unscripted. I've just got a set of bullet points behind the camera that I'm just kind of glancing at, and I'm not necessarily reading them, but definitely it takes time to script videos, and this kind of stuff takes effort and time, and at this point with school, I just don't have as much time as I'd like to dedicate to this. Either way, I do enjoy doing this. This is all, remember, it's just a hobby for me. I do enjoy making videos. I do enjoy interacting with you guys. Even though I don't interact on Discord as much as I'd like to, I still do enjoy interacting with you guys a lot. And I do enjoy not necessarily giving advice, but discussing the tech with you guys and seeing what you guys think. I also lately have actually gotten into writing for hotrate.com. I don't know if you guys know this. I'll put a link in the description below to one of my latest articles. Basically, it's just my YouTube videos, and I rewrite them and make them presentable in what's the proper terminology? I make them presentable in a writing format rather than a visual video format. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely checking that out would help me out. But this kind of stuff, once again, just takes effort. It's not like I'm trying to draw pity from you guys, but at the same time, you got to realize that we're all in this boat together. And I don't say that as like a celebrity with COVID-19 saying, oh, we're all in the same boat. Yeah, you've got a yacht, but I've got the Titanic, which is sitting at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. So we're not really all in the same boat, but in this case, we are all in the same boat. GPU pricing definitely sucks right now. That's honestly what's holding it back the most, and I think that's what's killing enthusiasm around PC gaming. I'm sure the console market is doing decent. PS5, I know, is still in short supply. Xbox Series X is still in short supply. The Series S, though, I've actually found you can get it around the MSRP, not exactly, but either way, if you guys are interested in that, I actually have a Series S. It's not up here right now. That's my Xbox One, just the straight old VCR looking Xbox. But if you guys are interested in that, I can make a review on it and discuss the tech behind it. Either way, that's kind of what I wanted to get off my chest, is that GPU pricing right now just sucks, and I think that's what's honestly killing most of the enthusiasm around the tech community. I do think that Paul's Hardware and Jay's 2 cents were actually kind of spot on with what's going on. They both kind of share a similar opinion to me, where they think it's going to last for a little while. I think that even though we're like at the 8-month mark, I think this is probably going to go on into 2022, maybe into mid-2022, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm just going to keep pumping out content whenever I can basically fit it into my schedule, because at the end of the day, once all this pricing stuff ends, people are going to be interested in the graphics cards, and having my reviews up and ready for people to reference, it's actually doesn't seem like too bad of an idea. But either way, this was just an unscripted video. Just kind of wanted to get this off my chest and just tell you guys what's been going on, not necessarily in my head, but behind the scenes, and why content has kind of slowed down lately. It mostly has to just do with school, but either way, thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified about all our future uploads. That's really all I wanted to say, so thank you for watching.